video is going to run through all the features that you have under the premium version for Read Write in Google Chrome. So all teachers can get access to Read and Write for Google Chrome for free. So the premium is free for all teachers. And then for student accounts, there is just the free version only, which allows you to use some of those features within Google Docs. So I'm going to go through all the features here. So after going to the Chrome Web Store and finding Read and Write for Google Chrome, you're going to add it to Chrome. You can see mine is already added. And then if we were to go into a Google Doc or a slides presentation or a website of some type, anyway, you're going to have your list of extensions all up in the top right-hand corner. If we see the Read and Write puzzle piece and click that, we're going to get a little drop-down menu. It may pop up there with the toolbar already open, or you'll see it just hanging there. If we click on that puzzle piece after clicking the extension, we expand our toolbar. So we've got a lot of different things here, and I'll go over each one. We have a word prediction, dictionary, picture dictionary. This is the functions for playing the text-to-speech. We have a screenshot reader, which will read images and things on websites. An audio maker, which will go over screen masking, talk and type, translating, our highlighting tools and collection of highlights, as well as some vocabulary lists, builders, and voice notes. So to start with, we have a word prediction. So if I was as a student, and I will go ahead and start typing here. So if I said, if I was, and I'm trying to figure out my writing, and I do word prediction, you can see I have, if I was going
out, your.
So we can go ahead and use word prediction to help us with our sentences. Okay, I can turn that off. All right, and I'll erase that text for now. So that's how the word prediction works. So it will help the students in their actual writing. For the dictionary, if I go ahead and click on the dictionary, it's going to put up a little window. If I click on any word, it will go ahead and give me a explanation of that word printing, and I can use all these to read the text.
Text handwritten in the style of printed matter.
And any text I choose will be reflected. All right. So whatever I click on, it will give me the dictionary, and I can click the play button to read that out loud for the dictionary. For the picture dictionary, we can do the same thing. If I turn on the picture dictionary, I can click on a word, dummy, and you're going to see it's going to give me the word as well as some symbols for that particular word that it has: desktop, reader, and so on. So it can make a connection with a picture for students. The words here, so playing, if I highlight some text, I can click play, and it's going to read.
Is simply dummy text of the printing and typeset.
I can pause, I can stop, I can unpause, and it will continue to read. The screenshot reader will be able to install that, and it allows reading from content that's on websites. But I'll show you some website work as well. What we have here is the audio maker. So if I was to highlight any particular sentence and hit audio maker, what it's going to do is going to take that sentence and create an audio file that can then be saved. So it just downloaded this MP3 that I can then play at a later time. So it's playing that audio of that particular sentence that I highlighted. We can then use the screen mask. So for those students that need to kind of focus on certain things, I can click the screen mask, and you can see here it masks part of the screen. There are also options for adjusting some of the settings with the screen mask and some other items, right? So I'll turn off screen masking real quick, and I have some options, and these options can be accessed through this drop-down menu on the right side here. So when I click options, screen masking, so I can choose what the background color might be. I can say maybe red. You can change the opacity so they can't see anything at all to just a little bit highlighted, a little bit kind of background color. But I would say you might want it all the way opaque. The reading light color, you can choose, like I said, I had it as yellow, but I had the opacity all the way down, which means it's just clear, it's white. But you'll see, actually, if I go ahead and turn this on and change those options while we're going through. So you can see I have red and I have that yellow, but if I click my options, I can see in the background, I can change this yellow to that color. I can change to pink, but I like to put this all the way down and just make it the background of the screen. And I actually like this as dark as I can. Okay. And also the reading light, you can say this the height, so as narrow or as wide as you want to make it. And then we have the reading light on and off. Click OK. We can exit that. So that's our screen masking. With voice talk and type, that's voice typing. Within Google Docs, you actually have the same. You can click this link, or you can go ahead and go to Tools, Voice Typing. And you'll see when I click this, this is a test of my voice typing, and it is pretty accurate at this time as far as what it writes on the page, period. New line. And I can say new line. New line. And it will go to the next line. We can click the microphone to stop it. And you can see that it was pretty accurate in terms of what it was recording. So the voice typing is a great one for speech to text. I can remove this. We have some translating tools, again, within options. Here, underneath speech, we have translation of what we want it translated to when we use this. You can choose English, Spanish, whatever you want. You can also change your voice, the person who's reading to you, male, female, different accents, things like that. The speed at which the text to speech is read to you, you can slow it down, speed it up. With that word prediction options, you can say how many words you want it to from 3 to 10, how many options you want, and also follow the cursor, and as well as what those text size is. So you can get some options there. Click OK. So in terms of the translator, if I highlighted scrambled, I can choose translator, scrambled, and there are my options. Electronic, I can click on electronic, and there's a translation for electronic. The next set of tools are the highlighters, which are some great organizational tools. So if I go ahead and take a sentence here, I can highlight in this color. I can take a sentence here and highlight in this color. Maybe you want certain highlights, depending on your grade level, for verbs or the thesis or supporting details. And, always supporting details are always this color. You can have different colored highlights for specific purposes. So let's just say I color all these things. So now I have some different colored highlights. Let's throw another purple one here. You have some options with those. So this button right here is going to collect the highlights. You're going to see I have some option. Do I want to sort them by color, which means all purple will be grouped together, all green, all yellow? Maybe I only want to get the purple ones. I can choose which ones, but I'm going to collect all my colors and sort them by color. I click OK, and what's going to happen is going to say it's creating a new document, and it's going to open up this new Google Doc that's saved in your drive, and it's going to have all your highlights that are there. So we can see yellow, green. It puts the link to the original document as well as my account. So we'll create this document and save it all in one shot. You can then go ahead and rename it if you want, save it in a certain location, but it collects all those highlights. So very great tool for collecting certain things, and it can be saved with a teacher and so on. So in addition to the way we collected those highlights by color, you can also collect them by position. So we can change that by position. Again, you can select only certain ones or whatever. So when we click OK, it's going to create that same type of document. But this time the highlights will be shown in the order in which they appeared in the original document. So you can see I have a purple here and a purple here. So it doesn't group all of them together. So I can do this. So back on the main document, when I want to clear those highlights, I can highlight whatever ones they are, use this brush to clear the highlight. So you can do one at a time, but I will select everything I have, clear all the highlights. Very similar in the highlighting feature with collecting those highlights is this vocabulary list builder. So if I start selecting some words, and you want to be specific in terms of words only, and I could highlight here standard, I can say remaining. You want to be specific to a whole word, remaining. We could use the same color, or you can use different colors. And let's just throw these 4 down here. And if I choose this option here to create a vocabulary list, something similar is going to happen where it's going to create this document of a vocabulary list for the student. So just like the highlighting, it's going to open a new Google Doc. It's going to show vocabulary list untitled. Maybe this is the name of the book or whatever you want. And what it does is it's going to take each word you highlighted, show the word, the meaning in sentences with specific meanings for that word, and then give you the symbols that it has in its database for that particular word. And you can see that on this document, the first word I had was many, and then it highlights to kind of separate it out. So many, then we have letters. You can see the blue and then the white, and then following letters, we'll have another blue section, remaining, and it will show the symbols that it has there for remaining, and so on. And then this document is just one that lives in the drive and can be shared and used by the students, teachers, however you want to do it. So a great way for teachers to then go ahead and create a vocabulary list from existing text that they have to share with students. So I can close that. And just like before, in terms of removing the highlights, I can click there. And with the voice note, so some of you may have used Kazena. Kazena is a way to leave voice notes in a document and interact with students, both with voice to and from students. This does a very similar thing where I can highlight, and instead of leaving a regular comment, I can choose to leave a voice comment. And I would click the microphone to record, and right now it's recording my voice. I can stop. I can preview it by clicking play, record, and right now it's recording my voice, record, and right now it's recording my voice. I can go ahead and insert that voice comment into my document. And what will happen on the user's end, the other person's end that is seeing this document, is if the other person does have read and write for Google, what they'll see is they'll see this voice comment, and I believe this will change, to a play button. So if you have read and write open, active, installed, users can just click the play button, and right now it's recording my voice. And you can play exactly that. For those that don't have read and write installed, what will be there is like what you saw originally when that popped up, which was a hyperlink that users can click, and then it will open a separate window like audio player that they can play that comment. So even though they don't have read and write, the ability to open voice comments is still available. The last feature within the Google Doc you'll see is practice reading aloud. So if you're a student, maybe an ELL student or someone else, and you want them to practice reading aloud, they can choose a passage and then click this practice reading aloud. And what it's going to do is take that text that was highlighted and go ahead and place it on a document tier where the student can then read that text, click record themselves reading it. It's a long established fact that a reader will be distracted, and they can then record themselves reading it, play their self reading it, so they can hear themselves talking. They can share it with this button with a teacher and email that voice recording with the document that they're reading off of. So it's a great tool for both teachers and students to use in terms of that practice reading aloud. So all of this we were doing within a Google Doc. showing you, a quick slides presentation, you're going to see when I click that read and write puzzle piece and click the piece here, I have all the same tools minus a few. Like if we look here, we're missing, I believe, the voice note. We are missing the collect highlights, as well as the vocabulary list. So on a slides presentation, we do not have that functionality. Now in terms of a website, so if we go to a website and then we click that read and write puzzle piece, we're going to get that toolbar popping up where we have some of the same features. So we have word prediction if we need to write something. Hover speech is a new one for a website where I can hover my mouse and it will go ahead and read that particular sentence.
Early Wednesday after trade tensions escalated between China
and I can pause. I can pause. I can stop it. I can turn off hover text. Okay. I can also use my screenshot reader. All these are the same tools. I can do the same highlighting on a website and actually collect those highlights from a website, as well as build a vocabulary list. And then this is a good one for a website, which is the simplify page. So a page like in a website like CNN has a lot of stuff going on that can be extremely distracting for students. So you can go ahead and click this simplify page. And when I click that, it's going to take that website and grab me that article, grab me the text of the article. And you can see right here, I have all the text, timestamp, I have who it was, but I can then use my contrast to change the contrast for the students if need be. There's 4 options. I'll go back to black on white. But then you can also simplify the text, and I can simplify further into a summary and further, right, and further down to here. So we have this farthest I can go as far as simplifying, and this simplifies and summarizes that article into its most basic form. So in addition to removing all those ads, I can simplify. Now I can click the plus until it's full text of that article. And that's what we have in terms of working with the read and write for Google Chrome on a website. So it's a very powerful tool for both teachers and students, especially these full premium features. So I think you will get a lot out of it. It's worth taking a look and installing. Definitely go ahead and get the sign up for the teachers free version. In the comments section below, you can see timestamped of all the different sections of this video, as well as links for the teacher version and other resources. An additional tool that TextHelp Read and Write offers is a PDF reader. So currently, when Google Docs and Drive offers the ability to comment now, which is a brand new feature. So if I took any PDF in my Drive and double click that to open it, you can see that I have the ability now to leave comments just like any other Google Doc. You can actually do this with Word documents now and things like Office files. So if you're looking to just straight leave comments on PDFs, using the Google tools itself is the way to go. But if you want to use some of the read-write tools that are available, the reading and all that stuff, what you can do is when you right-click the PDF in your Drive and choose to open with, you can choose to open it with Read and Write for Google Chrome. And if you don't have it already installed, what we'll ask you to do is install the Read and Write PDF reader. So you can go ahead and do that installation, or you can go ahead and just go to the Chrome Web Store and install the TextHelp PDF reader. It will provide this little icon up here in the top right, and you'll know that you have it when you do that. But so I opened this with Read and Write for Google Chrome, and now you can see up on the top I have some of the same tools that I'm used to. So again, you can highlight and leave a comment using the Read and Write tools, okay, which I can go ahead and leave a comment here. I can also, within my comment, use the tools that we've learned about with prediction and voice notes and text-to-speech. Also add images and links into those comments, so I can leave a comment here. But again, comments are probably best used with the regular Google functionality, unless you want to do that prediction word prediction, things like that. But PDF Reader will allow you to play the voice. Okay. It allows all those other. It allows highlighting. So if I click highlight, I can, choose it here. I can go with yellow. I can do that, and I can do my collecting highlights. I can also take my typewriter, and I can click the typewriter, and maybe I want to click right there and leave some text on the document. All right, I can select that, and now I have some text that I can add in. I can move around. Okay, and now my text is in there. So any other user that has this particular PDF right here in their drive shared with someone else, if they go ahead and open that PDF with the PDF reader, they're going to see these comments and highlights and things like that. So it's just additional kind of functionality of read and write text help for PDFs.